G'day mate, I'm just ringing up to see about this car you have for sale. That sounds great, yep. Pick it up today. I'll be there in a couple of hours. Alright, thanks mate. Bye, see you soon. Bye. Bye. Honey!
Alright guys, Twisty just got off the phone with old mate. We're gonna drive a couple of hours to Toowoomba and we're gonna make sure that the car is drivable on a day pass. Few things to consider, obvious tires, headlights, indicators, engine, check for oil leaks, we'll check the brakes, and obviously steering, suspension, and make sure it's all safe on the road driving all the way back from A to B.
Now, we are going to be driving it back on a day pass, and it's your responsibility when getting a day pass to make sure that it actually is roadworthy. So if you get pulled over on a day pass and it's not actually roadworthy, you can get in trouble for it. So we're going to get a few things together because we don't want to end up like a roadkill style and end up on the side of the road. So, all right guys, we've got some things together here for what we'll need on this day pass trip for this beaut of a car. We have fuel drum, so we get some petrol, we've got some pliers, side cutters, a tool kit, we've got engine oil, automatic transmission fluid, we've got some coolant concentrate, got to grab some fresh water yet. We've got .4 and .3 brake fluid, don't know which one it is yet, WD-40 or possum piss. We've got a tyre inflator doohickey and a jump pack. We've got some fuses, O-rings and some hose clamps. And we've got some fuel hose line and a fuel filter, just a plastic one, inline one. And most importantly, zip ties. Let's go get it. I'm excited. Alrighty, as you can see we made it to the car. I'm just going to do a voiceover because there was a lot of terrible audio because we recorded with our phones, so we apologise, a bit of a rush, but yeah, we got to the car and it hadn't ran for 3 years. Or 2 to 3 years, so they had stale fuel, coagulated the fuel lines, the fuel pump was clogged, so we ended up ripping that out, zipping down to Autobahn and getting a few bits and pieces, replaced the fuel pump, fuel hoses, flushed the tank, transmission lines were a bit cracked and a few other bits and pieces, but that was the majority of the issues we had. Now, a bit of history, Matt, the previous owner, had it since 1992, that's about 31 years. He's a third owner, which is pretty awesome. This is the first start in 3 years. Just let it idle.
Thanks for fixing my car, guys.
Yeah, deal's off. So as you can see, running pretty rough, and there's a few issues I'll tell you about. This is the first drive in a couple of years since it's moved. It's pretty good. The previous owner was pretty stoked and the family were cheering. So we had issues with the idle. So it turned out it was the MAF sensor. You can see me playing around with the MAF sensor and the idle screw at the moment. It wouldn't run, it kept stalling. So I think it's a dicky sensor in there, but you know, luckily we bought the old zip tie bag because came in handy in the end, and that's what got us home in the long run. So a few other things, transmission line, yeah, flush the radiator out, whatnot, but all in all not too bad. It was took a long time, but yeah, we got there. This is me doing a 13-point turn trying to get out of the backyard, and a few things have been built since it's been parked, so it was quite difficult. And actually there's a lot of smoke because there's a bit of oil up around the exhaust, and it was pretty much choking me out, but it burnt off once we got on the road. And yeah, cruising home now. It's a 2-hour drive normally. It took about 3 hours, and yeah, stopped a couple of times, but we got home safely. All right, now for the reveal. Welcome back to Twisted Metal Customs. We've got a treat for you today. This is a 1971 VG Hardtop. And for you gurus out there, do you notice anything different about the back end? That's right, option A78. The unofficial names are Mexicana, and I'm not going to pretend that I'm a genius or an expert on this series of car or even this option, but with some extensive research, we've found that 200 roof kits were only ever made, and only 76 were put onto cars and produced. So the original VG VF hardtops, they sort of come down here along that glass section and that chrome piece, but this whole section here, and it's not plastic or whatever, it's steel, it's grafted on. That's option A78 and is based off the RT Charger. And you can sort of see, if you sort of look, zoom back a bit and see them both, it screams RT Charger. So, you know, some people may like it, some people like the original VF VGs. You know, I'm sort of 50-50, but you know, one of 76, take it any day of the week. You could probably say it's one of the rarer Valiants you could ever buy in Australia. Well, that's what I'm going to say anyway. Prove me wrong in the comments below. Let me know. If you do know something about this option or any other information, I'll be really excited to hear from you. So also comment below. Right, so let's go talk about this car. It's a wonderful semi-metallic bellflower. I think it's bellflower from a Hyundai XL color. You can see it's got purple mica fleck in it, or flake. I don't know if you can see that or not, but the color is probably one of the first things we're going to change. It's a little bit pastel-y for our liking, but you know, it was a show car in its day, and it's done its time with this color. So the seats have been reupholstered a few years ago, but still in pretty good nick. A little bit of work to do on the dash, and it's got a secondary dash down near the console, which we need to replace because of the engine swap. And it's not factory engine. It comes with the factory 245, this one. And I think also only 8 of them were V8s that were attached to. So that's another bit of a stat that I read there somewhere. I think Gary, Facebook, thanks for helping me out with that information. Now, this one is no longer a 245, and it's had a 440 in it before and a couple other engines, but the previous owner has settled with a Nissan Infinity. It's a VH45DE engine. NA, it's not turbo or anything, but it's got plenty of power, runs great, it starts, it's, you know, it's what you would want in a modern sort of a resto mod style car. So at this point in time, we'll probably just freshen this engine up, clean it all up, make it look nice and pretty again, make sure it's healthy and keep that in there. But you know, the paint does need a bit of attention. It used to be a show car and it's won awards and stuff back in its day, so we want to, you know, reinvigorate it back to where it needs to be. But all in all, it's in great quality, great condition, and it's got a little tiny speck of rust, which is good for this era of car, as you know. But yeah, we're super wrapped with it, and yeah, let's see if we can start it up and actually make a lie out of me how reliable it is. Purrs like a kitten. That's what I'm talking about. So if you want to keep watching this build, subscribe to the channel. There'll be a lot more like this, and plus my charger and a lot of other cool stuff coming on this show. So thanks for watching, and we'll keep you updated. Have a great weekend.